Get familiar with junkyards in Miami. Well-known junkyards in Miami. Some people might not be familiar with junkyards in Miami. In fact, you will find such area in Miami that has been occupied with several junkyards. In those junkyards you can sell your junk car, and it is the reason of this kind of place exists in Miami. Moreover, they will offer different service for your auto. Though the main service that provided by all junkyards is as junk dealer, some of them will provide some other service like automobile salvage, towing, truck wrecking, even shipping, and still some other service that provide by those junkyards in Miami. About junkyards. The term junkyard may vary in every country. For example, in Australia and Canada people will call it as wrecking yard. In British English the term changes into scrap yard, and American know it as junkyard. Though they might be called differently in those different countries, but they have similar function and purpose. One you find junkyards in Miami will give similar services you find in Canada or England. Junkyards in Miami. Since junkyard usually take care automobile, you will find such type of junkyard in Miami as well. Actually, you can find junkyard that take care of bicycle, small planes, or even boat. But most of the junkyards in Miami will only take care of automobile. Most of them only take care of automobile because mostly people there use car instead of bicycle. Most of the junkyards operate on the local level, and so do junkyards in Miami. People can call them to take their wrecked car. Some of the junkyards in Miami provide a service such as towing a car. In some countries, including America, you are not allowed your car to be left in certain place. It is why this kind of service will be very helpful for some people. After the junkyard takes the car into their place, they will check it. Sometimes the owner finds that the car is no longer able to be repaired, or the cost to repair more expensive than the cost to repair the car. When the owner of the car finds such condition, they will prefer to sell the car to junkyard. Later on, the usable part on this wrecked car will be sold for use in the other car. On the other hand, if there are unusable metal parts found, it will be sold to metal recycling company. Junkyard service. You can find several junkyards in Miami. In fact, there are a lot of junkyards in Miami. You can get on them by calling them. If you might not have their number, you can find their contact number via internet. There will be a lot of junkyards that provide their contact number and their service cover area. For example, in certain website you will find more than 20 junkyards. They will enclose information about them. This information will consist of what kind of service they have, the scope of the service, and the contact number. In the other website, you will also find it put a list of junkyard with phone, website, and map. They may not provide short information on their home, but they will provide a full description about the description of certain junkyard. Specific information about the junkyards in Miami. Some junkyards will enclose complete information on the website. These might be important information for on some of junkyards in Miami. 1. 24-hour immediate flatbed towing and lockout service. This junkyard has special offer that they will give free towing with purchase of junk or used car. You can find this junkyard on 2941 SW 84th Avenue, Davie, Florida 33328. If you might want to call it for the service, you can contact this number, 954-709-0613. It also provides email so that you can contact it via email at www.randratowingservices.com. Further, on this junkyard you can call for its help 24 hours per week. It offers services on transport cars, truck, SUV, and van motorcycle. 2. Jordan Auto Parts. This next junkyard is located on 217 Moffett Road, Delaware, Pennsylvania 15327. You can contact this junkyard via email by contacting www.jordanautoparts.com. This junkyard headquartered in Dilliner, Pennsylvania. Based on its 20 years experience, you can trust on this junkyard. Differentiated itself with the other junkyard, this junkyard serves nationwide. However, you will not be able to get into this junkyard service 24 hours a week. It will have only Monday to Friday day operation and only open at 08:00 am-05:00 pm. Moreover, using its experience on junkyard business, it provides payment on cash, MasterCard and Visa. 3. Best Used Auto Parts. 7225 NW 84th Avenue, Medley, Florida 33166 will be the location where you can find this junkyard. To contact this junkyard, you can call this number, 305-592-9493. This junkyard is one of junkyards in Miami that have its complete information on its own website. Almost all brands are available in this junkyard, from Acura to Volvo. You can contact this junkyard to get its service from Monday to Saturday. Though it might not be everyday service, you can get full and good service from this junkyard. It has its specialties not only on truck or car, but also in van, engines, domestic and container. Those are some information on junkyards in Miami that hopefully useful for you. From now on, at least you already have some information on junkyards in Miami. The last information on junkyard, choose those 3 junkyards because they are considered as junkyards as with best review from the customer. Actually, there are more junkyards in Miami that are not mentioned. Though they might not be mentioned, it only means that they are not a good junkyard.